Yeah, what up, it's your boy Alleycat.
And I'm Twin.
You are now watching the Kultcha.
One and only.
You ready?
Let's get this conversation going.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get it popping, man.
What's going on, Faye? How you doing? I'm glad you chiming in. I mean, we're going to touch on the topic of police brutality serving our community. Public servants, but are they really serving? I mean, hey, Miss Alicia Rain. So, these public servants, racism is being showed, and we're not policing our own community, things of that nature. It's COVID-19, Let's go further back than COVID-19 than the coronavirus. Let's say thanks to Donald Trump for exposing racism in America for what it really is. And then, we could go from there. Everybody that's chiming in, please. I want y'all to speak up tonight because, I see a lot of people posting things saying that we need to, when black people are not angry enough or things of that nature, and that's bullshit. Excuse my language. I don't think black people stand together. We beef about the Jews and things of that nature, but you see how they come together. Once a police officer jumps on one, they all mob around and get on it. Even if they might have a camera out, but they getting on it. They're not going to get beat. We allow each other to get beat and just turn on the camera and watch. Is the Willie Lynchum syndrome? What, are you scared? I'm asking people to chime in tonight. Let me know what they think. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely, man.
The young man in Georgia, I think it was in Smyrna, Georgia, am I correct? He was jogging. He was gunned down by two rednecks. And I'm saying rednecks or hillbillies, whatever you want to call it. They killed him. Right. They said they thought he was doing a crime. So now you.
Ahmed Aubrey.
So you could be killed now because they thought you were doing a crime. So, that's crazy.
Yeah, he wasn't even doing a crime, no. They didn't think he was doing a crime either. It's just modern day lynching. It's just modern day hunting season. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they made lynching against the law now.
That don't mean nothing, brother, in them areas. That don't mean nothing. And it is crazy how, No,
they get away with it. Yes, they do. But you see, they got away with it because, once again, but I don't think it's going to go down that easy now because there's a difference between northern blacks and southern blacks. If you pay attention to what's going on, they went to the people's front door. And they marched to their front door.
Yeah, they marched to their front door, and they had a white man that was standing in front of them, which gave them the proper law. I don't know why they talking about law out there, even when they're marching. They're obeying law when some two white men killed a black man and had a disregard for law, period. And one of them is a former cop. One of them is a former private investigator. The father, actually, is a former cop. So he got no disregard for law at all. And we're marching in front of his house and have all the respect for law. So I just don't see where it parallels in that, my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? Because, what these people is, what we got to understand is they don't have common friends at all. They don't have common friends. They just got common interests. You know what I'm saying? That common interest is to make sure, to keep black people at a level where it causes confusion and more chaos. You know what I'm saying? This have nothing to do with law. This have nothing to do with this man being a police officer. They said policeman killed him. I know he was a former cop, but this is just pure hatred and racism for black people. That's all this is. This young man jogged every day. Every day. He's 25 years old. He don't even carry a gun at all. And they claimed they was making a citizen's arrest. Didn't wait for the police to come, and they do got the phone call that they made to the police. They asked them, the person on the line, the dispatcher asked them, what is this guy doing? They said this guy is running. Did he breaking into something? No, he's running. So they chased him down, and the footage is even more compelling because it looks like to me, rest in peace, Aubrey, Really, rest in peace. I love the fact that Aubrey fought for his life, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't put his hands up, allowed himself to be gunned down. This man fought one man for the gun while the other guy shot him. His son shot this man, Aubrey, you know, and killed him. So I'm just glad that Aubrey really fought for his life, man. And he wasn't going down easily, man. He's a tough guy, and he just wasn't going to let somebody take his life just like that. So I love that about the guy, the courage that this young man had. But, man, like, the marching thing, man, there wasn't enough people at first marching in Atlanta about this situation, and they tried to keep the situation hush for a couple of months. Now it's just getting international attention on CNN and all these other news channels and stuff like that. Joe Biden finally made a comment talking about he want justice. This was blatant murder and stuff like that. You know, I hope that's not a political ploy for him because he's running for the White House.
You know,
yeah, I figured that too when I first read it, you know what I'm saying? But this is blatant racism, and, you know, I was reading a few of the comments where people said it took them back to the movies they used to watch, where they see, you know, white guys in the pickup truck following and you know, mowing down and trying to lynch black folks. And that stuff never really changed, so...
Well, the video looked like he was being stalked as prey. But then the video was in front of him. The truck was in front of him.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. That's what's weird about it.
They got in front of him, and then when he got in front of them, they kept shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Shots was let off.
Because it's crazy, because whoever shot the footage, if they would have known, the father and the son, that somebody in back of them was in a car shooting the footage, they probably would have tried to do some harm to that person too, just to get the footage. I know they shot. So I'm not shocked that those things happen. Them things been happening to us. I am shocked to see that the footage is...
Especially in the South.
Well, no doubt.
But let's be clear. Once again, I will say the Southern Negro is different from the Northern Negro. Listen, your young men in Baltimore showed it. They showed it. They,
yeah, because...
even after they did the riot or things of that nature, when that young man was killed by the police officers in that van, they made sure they got justice. What's going on in New York right now, the social distancing, it's just another way, like I said, they enslaving the mind, the black mind, and they making a way for to whip on us. Nat, I see here, I don't know if you logged in or logged out, but Nathaniel, H3, I mean, I know you know some political things. I mean, we need to get on this, man. We need to get on it. We need not play. We need not to look back, you know, Adams, Brooklyn Borough president, he's speaking up. And like you said, I don't know if that's a ploy for mayor or whatever it is. You know, de Blasio needs to get the fuck out of office. Cuomo, for me. And, you know, I seen Brown Goddess posted 2020 Vision. She posted, black people are just not bad enough. No, black people just don't stick together. I don't see, and Brown Goddess, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't see facts in that. I don't see facts in that. Black folks just don't stick together. Let's be honest. But it's okay, because the more and more this keeps happening, the more and more it keeps knocking on your door. So it's gonna be at your door. So everybody that's listening, I know some of us get to that point, we say ain't got nothing to do with us. You know, ain't my kid. And what they would do. We gotta remember, it's gonna be your kid soon. And if not your kid, your kid's kid or somebody close to you. We only, how they say, we only 360 degrees separation. What, 6 people? Six people, 6 degrees of separation. How it go? Yeah. So eventually it's gonna get to your door.
7 degrees of separation.
7 degrees, yeah, because you know what I mean. The number 7 is like the status of God. So it's definitely gonna be at your door. Black folks, yeah, I think they are definitely scared, Miss Brown. I think they definitely are scared. you know, and I keep it real with you. Where's Farrakhan now?
I mean, Al Sharpton is out here speaking about it as usual. Yes, but we need more solidarity on this, and these men haven't been charged too, which is beyond me. They haven't even been charged with nothing.
None of these officers are men of good. Anything that destroys the black man is not gonna get. And if they do get charged, they only gonna get a charge. They're gonna go to trial and they're gonna get released. We're seeing it more and more too often.
And it's crazy because when they marched in front of these people,
you're not lying. You're not. Farrakhan, I'm starting to believe that too. He only cares about his own. You know what I mean? Because we ain't hear nothing. We ain't see no stand-up, no nothing. And I thought we was his own. But, I mean, he did say it in the speech, you know, come mess with mines and see what's going to happen.
He said that plenty of times. He said that plenty of times.
I thought we was all the people. I thought we was all together. So I don't know, but I mean, you know, you could go to them rappers and them rappers will give you so much homage and so much salute and donate to you. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on? Let's speak up. Let's go. Like, I mean, this
is crazy, man. The police brutality is crazy.
And I mean, what we doing is just watching. We beef about these Jews every day, but they not just watching. They not just watching. They sticking together. I ain't mad at them. If they decide to have a parade and do whatever they want to do, I'm not mad at them because they sticking together, and we are not. So if we ain't gonna do nothing, let's stop the bull crap. You know what I mean? Because the video, yeah, it's good to get the video and see the innocence, but now you posting it around and you spreading it, make it go viral. What does it really do? We're not making no complaints in the precinct about the officers or things of that nature. We're not doing no complaints. We're not going down to our local congressman or whatever it is. And then, mind you, they run for office and want the bread. They want the money. They want to cost. Nah, we got to get it. Yeah, people are turning the other cheek. It has to stop. It has to stop. Young boy just got killed, like we said. Rest his soul. And it's going to keep going on. Black people,
and it's crazy
where
because
they comfortable. They don't make us comfortable. We get enslaved mentally.
That's the thing, because, you know, they would say this is not back during the civil rights era. You got to understand something, right? More things change, the more they stay the same. So we talk about this all the time. It doesn't matter how much have changed. The basic fundamental is you still making money for your European master. So that's the way I look at it. It sends a message to the black community that the police can violently and brutally beat up black people with complete impunity in our communities. And we got one example in LA with a black man. He actually given up. They're arresting him and they still beat him down. You got one in New York.
I'm not sure he was either Latino or black. I did see it.
I think he was black.
Said black or brown, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
And
right?
Started
we all
punching
black.
his face, and he was not resisting or nothing. And they thought nobody was recording, so that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They thought that nobody was recording. Now, see, I ain't mad at that recording. There's 100 of y'all out there, and everybody just recording. Nobody stepping up, like the little girl at the funeral. She was walking off, and she got sprayed, and the officer pushed her. She turned around and fought back. And then y'all still watched her fight back and let her fight by herself.
And that's the thing.
We all gangsters and tough guys. What happened?
And that's the thing, because, you know...
We'll kill our own. Hold on. We'll kill our own. We
but that's
gangsters, but you ain't back out that 4 pound that you was talking about, or that 40 cal, and let off a shot at not one of them police officers. He told you, get the fuck out of here. You got the fuck out of here. And then you pulled out your camera.
They not even doing that. They not even doing that to a white guy that's not a police officer. So when the last time you heard of two black men gunning down a white man in a pickup truck? You never heard nothing like that. So save me all the crap where people feel like, you know, I don't know what happened in that incident before the videotape came out, and we don't know what happened. You never hear it being the opposite way around, which goes to show you that this is a violent society.
The only hold on. And I'm not saying, because violence begets violence, but the only time you heard about somebody letting off on some crackers was Tupac.
You talking about he shot the police, right? I think he shot the police. Yeah, he went to court for that.
Something corrupt. I mean,
yeah, man. We live in a violent society when it compares to other countries. When you look at the prison rates of other countries versus ours, when you see, like, it's totally lopsided, man. The crime rate is just totally lopsided, man. White society is very powerful in America, man. They create the projections, man. They create the accusations. They create the stereotypes. They create the negative images. You know what I'm saying? Those projections is created through an effort. You know what I'm saying? Like what they do is bring that negative projection or stereotypes into reality. And once they bring it into reality, this is how they cause confusion. Because now what they're saying at the beginning, they can say that you actually are that. You actually are an animal. You actually are the negative people in those communities, and you do all the crime rate. So they make sure they create that. And how they create that is through schools. How they create that is through healthcare. They create the criminal. So we got to understand this. They create the criminal. You know what I'm saying? Where is all the good white folks in that area of Georgia? Where's all the good white folks in that area of Georgia that's speaking out against these two white guys?
No. They have political protests, and they brush up against the police, and nothing happens. It's all
what I'm saying about Aubrey.
Restraint for them.
I'm talking about Aubrey, because they say racism, it don't exist. It's base-to-base cases, right? And I'm saying, where's all the overwhelming majority of white folks that said this is wrong? They don't exist. They shut up. They silent. They close their mouth. So spare me on that base-to-base cases. We know what it represents. We know what it represents when a white man kill a black man. We know exactly what it is.
The South is the most racist part of America.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but the uppity Negro, the Southern Negro, sticks together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you say it. The Southern Negro sticks together. No matter if they protest, march, whatever, they're gonna get their voice heard.
Yeah, no doubt.
A lot is going on in New York right now. A lot is going on in New York City alone with this social distances, and it made it more violent.
Yeah, of course.
You see how they treat. It's like two cities in one. One city, white society. You see how they get meds, water, everything.
Mm-hmm.
The black society, or let me say the minority, which is vastly the majority of the world now. The minorities, parks are closed, nothing for the kids to do. The kids is hanging out in buildings and doing things of this nature, and can't even go in the park, but you open up the park for them.
And that's the crazy part, because New York City crime rate went down. It plummeted. The crime rate is down, brother, in New York City.
No. New York City, but they made it comfortable. So when they lock you up, they made it comfortable for you to go to jail now, because they gave them Game Boys. And I think this week or next week, Rikers Island is going to have iPads. So now it's comfortable to go to jail. Now it's comfortable for you to go to jail.
To try to get us in there, to try to get more of us in there, because the crime rate is down. So they're going to pull other tactics to try to get us in there,
so they keep genocide. They got officers, and then the sad part is, an officer that is your complexion and your color turns their head because they scared of probably catching a straight bullet if they stand up for you. I don't know. But they making it comfortable to lock your nut ass up.
It's called peer pressure, brother. It's called peer pressure, man. They think they're gonna get ahead in the police department.
Let me give them Game Boys and iPads. They'll come in jail quick.
And it's crazy because they got this white doctor in one of the New York City hospitals who was pulling a plug. Actually, she's not a doctor. Let me stand corrected. She's a nurse.
But the guy it was a doctor first, and he took all his stuff off of YouTube.
Yeah, I know. There was a couple of doctors, but this one specific nurse was talking about how, you know, she don't even live in the area. And she was like, yo, I feel sorry for the black people in this area because they're killing them inside this hospital. Like this is amazing. Like if they're sick or something, the doctors is pulling them away from those nurses into different areas. And they're not even surviving in the hospital.
Let me ask you a question, and whoever's listening, because I know everybody chiming out, because sometimes we get too serious on the topic.
Right.
We ain't talking about smoking weed or selling dope. A lot of people don't want to hear it. So let me ask you a serious question, man. They blowing the whistles. This coronavirus is a we said at one time it's an economic reset. But do you think they really like making it legal to kill us?
I mean, any action that the U.S. pull
What's up?
is always a ploy to try to kill us at the end of the day. Anything that we do, brother, don't ever dismiss that. I want you to never dismiss that. I don't care what we go through, 9/11, the COVID-19, from when the flu first, it's always a ploy to kill black folks. So you never leave that out the back of your mind. You never even second guess that, brother. It's always that way. I mean, what happened to the 5G, man? Because I said I wasn't completely sold, but you see it's dying down now.
Nobody talk about 5G no more.
Nobody talk about 5G. I said I wasn't completely sold on it. Listen, the COVID-19 actually exists. There's something out here that's going on. That's a fact, man. There's too many brothers and sisters dying from it. But we all know the facts. The facts is this, right? That black and brown people are dying disproportionately from other races. All right? They just came out with a poll with Governor Cuomo. They had a chart, right? And to his amazement, most of the people that is going through hospitals for symptoms and being treated are most of the people they said from home. They said on the chart, it says 66% of people are actually going through the hospital who is getting hospitalized are from home. And he said he thought it would be the opposite way around. He thought it would be first responders, nurses, ambulance people, police officers, stuff like that. It's people that's from home, man, who just go out and do one little thing to go to the store and come back. They getting the most affected. So what I'm learning is nobody really knows what's going on. Not even the governor. You know what I'm saying? But the fact still remains that there is something out here, and we do have to be careful. That's the thing. You know what's the lowest percentage rate out this chart? Is the homeless. Homeless is at 2%, brother. They is actually filling up the trains. They touching everything. They touching poles, benches, everything.
But you know, that was to break down your immune system, to lock you in the house. You don't get no natural air, no natural sunlight, things
and
like
we
that.
talked about that. So I was about to get into that vitamin D, that photosynthesis.
So now, the social distancing is the way to enslave you. We're living like slaves now. We don't even know it. And then they beating on us and things of that nature. You know, first it was the COVID and 5G. Now it's the COVID and social distancing. And then now, if you look at it, everything that's in the news and being showed, it's showing you all the stereotypes of racism. But nobody's paying attention. And if so, we're not doing nothing about it.
Let's elaborate on it. There was a lady that died from a car accident not too long ago, and it's because she was wearing a mask while she was driving, which cuts off her oxygen, which have less oxygen for her lungs to breathe, which weaken the immune system. So in some cases, if you overwearing a mask, it starts to break down your immune system and makes it weaker. So he's saying this is a ploy to try to kill more people.
Yeah, doctor, the Indian doctor, I forgot his name. Yeah, Uncle Bunk, these days everyone is dying from the virus according to them. Well, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is true.
Everything.
That is true. Well, you know, then you got people getting shot. And they
probably blaming it on COVID-19 too. They probably blaming it on COVID-19 too.
They go to the hospital. Like it was a delivery truck driver. The young men is wearing the mask, and they opened it up for crime, mask and gloves. So they was running around the 5 boroughs, robbing people. They robbed I think he was like 60 years old.
Wow.
Delivering his bread, and he does it at night. You know, coming into the early morning, the wee hours of the morning.
Wow.
And they shot him. When they shot him, it went through him, and it went through his spleen or something in the nature. But when he went to the hospital, then all of a sudden he tested positive for COVID.
I heard that. I hear the stories.
When hold on. Uncle Buck said, yo, when I used to wear a mask on a construction site, it was always used to make me catch a cold, but I had to wear it because of the toxins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because you hear stories of guys going to hospitals for their foot hurting, their elbow hurting, and the first test they give them is the COVID-19 test. And one of the guys in Africa, I forgot his name.
Oh man, the guy's name. It was a president or something in one of the countries in Africa. He did all falsified tests and sent it back.
He must got paid. This is crazy, man. He must got a check.
No. He said he marked it with fruit and everything, and he started laughing. I posted it in a story. He did a human, he did a couple of animals, he did some fruit, and just wrote human names on the stuff, and everything came back saying that all that stuff was positive.
He's saying that is fake, right?
Yeah.
He's saying that is fake, yeah, man. Yeah, it is something
COVID,
out here, guys.
But this is what the COVID is opening us up for. Things of this nature. Things of this nature.
Yo, where you at, Al?
I'm in the house, man.
You're in the house already? He's supposed to be throwing you out there, man. He's supposed to be out there, though.
I'm in this.
All right.
But see, none of us is standing up. I'm going to show you I stand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no need for that
recap.
many police officers for one guy.
This
no
was
need.
on last week's recap. You know what I mean? But, I said, since we having a discussion and saying let's stand up and why we not standing up, let's see. You see this kid? I mean, the footage is, being shown. It's shot from a bad angle. You know what I mean? But this is what's going on. No, they had 7 officers on a 13-year-old boy because they said he had a gun. They still on him. Over there. You see it? I have better footage. I can show it better. But, I have to show it from this angle. So now they just easing up off him. Because we coming downstairs. Now people are walking up. And as you see, you'll see us walking up. Hold on, Uncle Bump, what you said? And another thing is being racially profiled, social distances, and don't see them doing this in a white... we already said that, Uncle Buck. We already said that. I already said that, man. Look when we come out and say something. This is what we need to do more of. Less recording and stepping up. You'll see me in the footage. I got an all-red sweatsuit. It takes a little minute, but you'll see me. This is what we need to do. These are the things we need to do in our community and let them know. He's 13. He can't even be approached by them and have a conversation. And that's the only the Asian officer's wearing a mask. And that's the only black officer right there that's female. And when I stepped up, she had nothing to say. It was all these white officers and the Asian officer. All the rest of these are white officers. You know what I mean?
Yo, Al, you froze up. All right, you back on.
Yeah. You see it?
Okay, you back on.
You see it?
Yeah, I definitely see it, man. Hey, what they say about the description, man? What did they say about the description?
Oh, because he had yellow sneakers. Look. So that's me in the red. So then you see how they talking to me, why you come down? They said to me, why you come down here? What you got to do with this? Why you give a fuck about it? I said, because he's mine. He's my neighbor. He lives in my community. My neighborhood. This is my community. This is where I'm from. You motherfuckers go back home. That's me speaking. In the red. So now he said, yo, I'm kicking him loose. All I need is his name. I said, what do you need his name for? And that's me stepping up saying, yo, listen, you don't have to give him nothing if you don't want to because you're a minor. That's me talking to the officers and talking to the young man. Yo, listen, you ain't got nothing to be scared of. You don't have to give him nothing. That's why the officer turned his back on me. Because I said, that's my community. Then that officer that's standing in front of the kid, that was the one that was choking him and was like, oh, he had a gun, and these 13-year-olds carry a gun. They carry guns. This is all they know. They didn't even want to talk to me when I spoke up, and I spoke properly. I know y'all can't hear much, but this is what goes on in the community. We need to stand up for one another. You know what I mean? That's what we're not doing. We're not standing up for one another. Now they want to talk to me on the side, have a conversation. They kicked him loose, gave him to his brother. You know what I mean? So now they had to give me the audio of the phone call because I asked for it, and that's what they're supposed to do. Yo, this is why we stopped you. They didn't do that to the kid. They didn't tell him why they stopped him or nothing. Once they ran down on him, started choking him, and didn't find the gun, they never gave him the reason why they stopped him. So that's them surrounding me, having a conversation. You know what I mean? So they sitting there asking me about, they had to run back the playback to me. That's what they supposed to do, and let you know why they stopped you. He said, oh, because he had yellow sneakers on. And I said, oh, wow, yellow sneakers. But I had to tell the other officers, because one officer came over again and said, what the fuck you care? I said, you know why the fuck I care? Because we all fit the description when it comes to you. We all fit the description. That's why the fuck I care, because we all fit the description. And you can't tell me we don't when it comes to you. I said, you could go back home. I got to live with this kid.
Crazy.
These are the things that we go through in our community. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to show that. Oops.
Hey, not bad advertising.
I'm sorry.
Not bad. I'm sure it's soon, man. Get a crave. I think you did that purposely, Al, man. Yeah, huh? Acting like you did that by mistake. All right. But yeah, man.
Well,
listen.
We got to stand up for our own, police our own. That could have been my son. I have an 11-year-old son. I have stepchildren. You know what I mean? Like, I got a daughter. Like, I can't play with this. We can't say what we would do. Listen, we got to treat them all as if they are our own. And
it's crazy because
will, especially
and it's crazy because and people keep talking about equality. Even if they decide to give us equality, it be complete transfer over loads of money over to the black side. It be complete transfer of half of their power over to the black side. Can we please stop talking about equality? Because that's revolutionary in its own. Well, and if you think you're just going to get that and it's basic, you got another thing coming.
Well, you got to remember this, man. You know, when people think and say we only care about our own, you got children, man. And if you ain't got children, you got nieces and nephews. If you know what I mean. So and then if not that, you got friends that got kids. And if you believe in anything in the North, you say you my brother. Like, take care of my child as if my brother would, or as my sister would.
Yeah, that's it. Let's extend the community. So let's extend it. Mm-hmm.
But now we saying when we had enough. Shit, I thought we had enough since slavery. But I guess we still mentally enslaved. So we'll never know when we had enough. Because it makes me sick to watch all this. I watched that boy get gunned down in Georgia. I saw the video.
That video's crazy,
It changed my whole outlook on, like, I had to say to myself, yo, listen, man. Listen. And I'm ready to say to myself, I'm ready to do terroristic things. You know the number one on the FBI list for terrorism? You know who the number one group is? For terrorism? The Ku Klux Klan. White supremacists are on the number one list for the FBI. Wanted.
Please look at our video of home terrorism. Home terrorism. Please look at our video on YouTube about home terrorism. We elaborate on that greatly, about how a lot of it originate in our country. They keep talking about outside terrorists. A lot of them is homegrown here in the United States.
Listen, man. I'm just saying, I know people chiming in, chiming out. Some want to hear this, some want to speak upon it, some don't. Some don't really care. But you know what? When it knocks on your door, that's when you'll care.
Of course. I mean, that's when they'll be a part of the march. That's when they want to go on helping people to speak out.
We always been self-sufficient. We need to come together and be self-sufficient. Because, you know, we need to be self-sufficient as a team, as a unit. Not self-sufficient as just individuals. So, because a lot of these conversations, the key word that we keep hearing is self. It's self. And it's starting to seem like we're selfish. We need to stop being selfish and come together. And I know it's hard, but it ain't that hard. Because eventually when it knocks on your door, when that injustice knocks on your door, you're going to want somebody on your side. You're going to want that same color person that was fighting for you or would fight for you or might have a little bit more heart than you have to stand up for you. We need to stand up.
Yeah, you know what
we doing now? We're sitting down. We're all sitting down.
You know what they call this? When they look at us, they call this a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what they call this. They already know what we about. Let's do something different, man. Let's come together to do something different. So when they see that we come together, they know it's no joke.
Aboriginal Goddess 2020, I'm talking about growing your own food, etc. I mean, I'm talking about all that, but it's past growing your own food. It's past growing your own food. Because to grow your own food, to do what? So they can take it from you? When you grow your own food, that is to nurture who? We got to nurture each other. That's beyond the physical. We have to nurture each other mentally as well. Mind, body, and soul. Like, this is not a game. This is not a game. We have to wake up. And it's no excuses to this. There's no excuses. I mean, what? Because listen, anybody that want to pray to God or Jesus, whatever it is, he gave you free will. He know your plan before you know it. But what is your plan? Because you don't know it? You don't know your plan yet? So what are we going to do? Passport 15 said that's a fact. Mind, body, and soul. Uncle Punk said white people. I mean, I try to...
I mean, everything got its place, man. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm a pescatarian. I eat a certain way, but what is it good eating a certain way if they killing us at wholesale anyway, right? So everything got its place, and there's certain steps we should be doing before others. So that's what we're saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right now, we need our freedom, right? Justice. Justice means a lot different than it does to y'all than to us. I got plenty of definitions for justice. And seeing that young brother get killed, he's 25 years old, just from jogging. Jogging is something healthy that you do, right? It pulls your heart rate up, right? He doing something healthy, like growing your own food or eating right. And he got murdered and killed and assassinated by white folks. So, listen, man, we got to get it together, man. And ain't no other way of getting it together better than while this COVID-19 is going on. We can really come together. And when they see us together, they're going to realize there's no more marching. When those people get together, they mean business now. They mean something serious. We got to pull those two white guys out of those houses and arrest them right now, because it's going to turn serious out here in a heartbeat if they decide to get together. And that's the new model we need to go by, man.
Everybody hashtagging stay at home. They need to hashtag come together.
And that's what we leave it with, man. Yo, listen, man. That's Alleycat up there. All right?
And that's the infamous twin down there.
Yo, man. We are the culture. We'll talk to you soon, man. Peace, love, and the right justice need to be done now. One.
Peace.
This is All Hearts, White Hate, Addiction.